Okay, time to play us some dollhouse monsters. And okay, normally this is the part where I come up with some kind of silly little skit for the beginning of the video. I couldn't really think of anything. I don't own a dollhouse, but my niece left her Barbie dolls here last time she was here, so I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 parts of articulation. I don't know. Editor saying, can you please do something with this?
You!
But yes, hello everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis Zexal-era, welcoming you back to check this out. The show we take a look at every deck we want to take a look at, and have ourselves a good old time. Today, everybody, we're taking a look at the doll monster archetype, which is more commonly referred to as the Box of Friends. It's a deck all about the Box of Friends, popping this monster in order to get out some other dolly monsters and go for Xyz plays. It's very simple, very casual-minded sort of deck, but it's got some surprising power to it when you start getting into things. So we're going to be showing off this deck on good old yugioh Pro, that Wild West Yu-Gi-Oh, showing off the combos and the wombos, the what do's and the what not do's, and having ourselves a good old time. So we got ourselves our deck here today. And if I remember correctly, this was asked by our boy, Mr. Claranus, who wanted us to take a look at the doll monsters. It might not have been, I'm pretty sure it was him. It was somebody. Somebody asked for it. I'm just going to give it to Claranus because this seems like a deck he would want people to try out. Because that man likes to see some old school cards get some loving, you know? So let's go into yugioh Pro today. We're going to show off this deck, show off how it works, have ourselves a good old time. If you want the whole deck list, it's at the end as always. But for now, let's head on into the action, show off exactly what these dolls can do. Alrighty, our first opponent, another day, another card game. With our deck, we do like to go first more often than not. It's very much a go first, set things up sort of deck. This opening hand is not bad. It's not too shabby. And I mean, we got the Doll Happiness, which is one of our most important cards, because it searches the Box of Friends and lets us destroy the darn thing. And I also have Terraforming, I got Demento, I got a lot of stuff in this hand. It's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty gosh darn good. So let's activate the Doll's Happiness. We're going to go ahead and pop Box of Friends. And we're going to send a doll to the graveyard. Box of Friends will then go off. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 dolls to the board. You know, we start with the dolls. Avram is in here because we can summon him and do stuff with him. And he's like the biggest normie I can have other than like Sue Ships. So, you know, that's what we're doing here. So now we're going to go ahead, activate Dollhouse just to, you know, have it very thematic and all that good stuff. And we're summoning out Princess Cologne. She is our main start 'em up boss. Because when she's summoned, I get to revive the Box of Buddies. Or I'll get effect failure. Okay, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. It's more annoying than anything else. So let me think about this here. Let's see. 1 from the deck. I need to get more from the deck. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to summon out Grandpa Demento. This is our most important level 1 other than the Box of Friends. Because I can detach a material from Cologne here. And then I can bring back 2 normal monsters from the grave. Or I would have. I would have done that if my opponent let me. Okay, you know what? I have other things I can do. Wait, why didn't it let me target 2 monsters? I had the ability to target 2 and bring them both back as a level 6. Let's see. Target 2 monsters, summon 1 monster from the deck, the same name as each target. Alright, I need the bear in the graveyard. I'm dumb. Okay, I messed that one up a smidge, but it's okay. It's okay because we're still set up okay. Alright, it's not perfect. My opponent's playing all the hand traps and things to stop me from playing. But we can still recover from this because I have the field spell. I have Demento. If my opponent attacks, I can just put Demento onto Cologne and the battle phase right there. If he destroys Miss Machin, I get another normie from the deck. It's a nice thing. Plus, I have Cologne. My opponent can't attack monsters with 0 attack or defense. So, and they can't attack Cologne while I have other monsters. So my opponent can't even attack me right now. Unless they had, like, you know, attacking directly stuff, which I don't think they do. But we are up against the Blue Eyes cards, which could be tricky. Freaking hand traps. It's nothing but hand traps. I mean, I know I got the Imperm, I can't talk, but that's like my one hand trap. I was set up for such cool stuff, except I messed up the level 6s in this deck. it's a much more convoluted process going into those, but it is something you can do. I had to put the bear in the grave, and I messed that up. But it's okay, because I can do that next turn. And don't tell me I don't have a next turn. I know I do. Alright, so Maiden with the Eyes of Blue, so he's going to a Spirit Dragon, yada yada blah blah. Seen this a billion times. I have seen this blue-eyed stuff enough times to know where this is going, roughly. Is he gonna make the ultimate dragon? The Kaiser Seahorse is on the board. And let's see, send a blue eyes or something that mentions for the deck. Yeah. Fill up the graveyard, get the Jet Dragon play. Stuff of that nature. I'm more worried about him having, like, yeah, the Spirit of the Eyes of Blue. This card's Link Summon, take a monster with white. Yeah, maybe this is wrong, but I'm just gonna negate the Spirit of the Eyes of Blue. Less field spell for this dude. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't know, but Call by the Grave. No! Box of Buddies! He stopped my box of buddies. That's just not, that's not nice for a young man. That's not nice at all. How could you do this? Alright, so Spirit gets negated, but I lose my box of friends for a whole turn, which is not ideal. I mean, that's what we're gonna have to live with. So, yeah, Spirit of the Eyes of Dragon. Let's see. Negate stuff in the graveyard, but it doesn't stop me from summoning from the graveyard. That's the key. So, here's what we do. We're going to activate Demento's effect, detaching Bear. Let's see. Actually, would the Spirit Eyes stop Demento? That might actually stop Demento. Possibly. We'll find out in a second. So, Yuta? 2 of the board. Alright, got ourselves a level 8 on the board, so that's at least something. So, now the big question is, I suppose I'll summon out my boy Lancelot here. He's who I normally like to play here, because he's got some really nice interactions with the Meadow here. This is very cool. Because he auto-negates anything my opponent plays the first time they play it. It's pretty neat. And then, Demeto's effect. Does my opponent oh yeah, he has a monster, that's right. So, I can target Lancelot and my opponent's monster. His monster gets destroyed. He takes damage equal to my Exceeds monster's effect. Or attack, I should say. So yeah, pretty neat little interaction right there. Neat little action. So, like I was trying to do before, let's go ahead, bring out another monster, make it level 6. This made a lot more sense in the manga where, like, these dolls were being beaten up and, you know, they get sewed back together all crude and Stitch-like, and that's where you get, like, the 4s become 6, become 8. That's kind of where that was going, but it's still cool. Let's see. Summon from the extra deck? No. Which of these do I want to go for? I kind of want Strike Bouncer because he's big, but I can also go for Vampiric Dragon. This face-up card is sent to the grave or banished by an opponent's card. It has to be by my opponent, that's the thing. Or I can just go for Nightmare Unicorn and screw this guy over. That is also not a bad idea. So what does this do? Other cards can't be destroyed. Other cards. So, yeah, let's go for Photon Strike Bouncer because he's nice and big. Nice and big and beefy. And I'll put Demento in defense just in case. And let's attack, because this guy can attack directly. Haha. There you go. The power of dolls compels you. And then I can just pop your Jet Dragon. And you get nothings. So we're pretty much set right now. I mean, he still has the True Light. That's true. But he can't attack Cologne. He can't attack Demento. If he tries to attack somebody, I can just end the battle phase with Dollhouse. And that's where this deck likes to be at, you know? It takes a little bit of setup, and it is easy to mess it up on occasion, because there's a lot of bits and bops to this whole strategy, but, you know, you go for your level 8, you can get a level 6 on the board, it's pretty nice. And I just constantly negating things. Ultimate Fusion, I see. Well, sadly, Lancelot lost his last material, so I can't fuse no, or I can't attack directly no more with this, but that's what it is. So, Dragon Master Magia, who I would love to play. Destroy that card once per turn. Does that negate? It does destroy. Hold on, I think this actually works. Because you can only negate one monster effect per turn. Meaning, I can win with Strike Bouncer! Haha! The Bouncer archetype wasn't a mistake! They do win duels! There you go. Alrighty, so there you go. Very nice showing by the dolls. I did not expect that to go as well as it did because the opening was a little rough with all those hand traps, but we stuck through it and we got the win that this deck deserves. So there you go, folks. We got ourselves our dolls, and that's what we're going to be doing today for the most part. Just, you know, Lancelots and Bouncers and Draguluses and Zombie Steins and things like that. And just, this is the kind of board we're going to make 9 times out of 10. So let's go for duel number 2, show off more of this deck can do against different opponents, and see where it goes. See where it goes. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. And once again, we're just trying to go first and do what we're doing, man. You know, it's a pretty simple deck when you get down to it. We're going second, which is not technically ideal, but this opening hand's not terrible for going second. I got Pierce the Darkness, which is really helpful when I'm at my exceeds and things with my normal monsters. Lets them beat over whatever I need to beat over. Sadly, doesn't work on, you know, the regular normies, but it's what it is. So Doom Dog. And you're going to go for Almira. I see. Level 8 Fiend from the deck to the hand. It's a Kuro deck. Absolutely. This is definitely a occultist deck, the Kurub deck. Got the Necrophere, and got the Ministry. So this, 90% sure, is going to be the, what's that trap called again? D-board. It's D-board. Okay. So that's going to be Piercing the Dankness. And we're going to go ahead, go for our Unexpected Die. We'll summon out a normal from the deck. And you know what? I feel spicy today. I'm going to summon out the Bear. Might not look that much, but it's an honest day's work. It didn't work. Alright, I give it a shot. So let's summon out Avram, because he's got 2,000 attack points, and I don't know why I need to explain why I would summon Avram here, because he's got attack points. I could have also just summoned Madchin and make a rank 8, but this will work too. Oh boy, I might have messed that up. What does that do again? Oh yeah, I'm forced to attack this creature. Okay. Not ideal, but... And it's a big old but. I'm gonna set a card. I'm gonna set another card. End my turn. I knew it. Okay, you know what? I'm in the casual server, so I'm fine with seeing this. I'm just like, there it is. So it's only during my end phase, so I got tons of time for this thing to go off, and I have ways of interrupting this too. It's not very nice to interrupt D-board players when they're trying to D-board, but I'll do it if I have to. That sort of situation. Alrighty. Unfortunately, that Bear is not a light monster. It would have been nice if he was a light monster. Not really sure why he isn't a light monster, but such is life. Such is how it goes. Ditching the letter A, you say? Fascinating. I would not expect my opponent to do that. Also, I'm keeping this. It's literally letting me draw cards, so no. No, I said. But yeah, it's a thing from, like, the manga, I guess, because if you ever looked at Box of Friends, you'll notice there's 2 other, like, friends in the box. These never got printed for some reason. I don't know exactly why Konami never printed these, but originally they were supposed to be, like, the girl doll, the bear, the dragon, and the robot. They're all supposed to be, like, mashed together for various, like, I don't want to say experiments, but essentially that's how it worked in the manga, is that the dolls would get beat up, and then the Grandpa Demented would sew them back together, and they would look really messed up. That was essentially what was going on there. So I guess Miss Machin here. Draw another card. Hope for the best. Pot of okay. That's actually not bad. Sentence of Doom. Boom! Oh, you're just gonna get some cards back. Okay, that works too. Alright, how many monsters do I have in the graveyard? None. Sounds good. I'm thinking if I would normally go for Cologne here. I just not have any of my spells and things I would normally use for that. Here's the problem. Because if I go for Cologne, I could theoretically beat over his monster. Because I would gain attack. But I also feel like I should just go for Nightmare Unicorn and start, like, you know, annihilating this dude. So I think I'm going to do that. Kind of a dick move. Like I said, I don't want to interrupt this, but my other option is that I allow my opponent to just run rampant on me. So we'll use Unicorn. I'll ditch Honest because I really don't need it right now. And we'll bounce back the D. You can keep the field spell for now because that's at least something my opponent can hang on to. At least for now. Maybe not forever. Unless the Dark Spirit of Banishment. I forgot he was here. No! Dang it, I should have put that guy in attack mode after all. Alright. Now you're in trouble. I have Unexpected Die. I will summon Avram number 2. And, oh yeah, here we go. Pot of Avarice. Recover all my cards, draw more cards, and if I can just get Dull Happiness, I can still pull something off. Or I can just keep drawing everything else. Oh, my lordy. Where are all my cards at? Where all my cards be at? That's what I'd like to know. Where are all my spells? Where are all my spells that let me do stuff, man? I don't know. And now you have a unicorn. That's not good. He's gonna get rid of, yeah, he's gonna get rid of Pierce the Dart. That makes the most sense. Okay. Okay. Well, what happened? First duel was like everything went perfect. This duel, all my spells are like stuck in the deck. I don't know why they stuck in the deck, but they be stuck in the deck right now. So, oh boy, this could be bad. Oh, this is definitely bad. This might actually be game right here. You don't have anything in the grave now. See, this is what happens when you piss off a D-board player. You bounce back their Destiny board. They do this to you. So, is that game 2, 4, 6? Yeah, I think that's game right there. Gosh darn it! Oh my, that is just unfortunate. You know, we had all the monsters in the world, but none of my spells. I kind of need the spells to do the things I need to do. So, well, we take our loss in the second duel, but we have time for one more duel today, so we have time to pick ourselves back up and try it again. I need to summon Zombie Stein. He's like the poster child of this archetype. We gotta try it. So let's go for one more duel. Alright, everybody, our third opponent, the fight in third. Let's go all out here. It's been I mean, the first duel was great. The second duel, just things didn't want to go our way. But that third duel is going to be where it's at. Watch it. Nice hand. I mean, I got my Dull Happiness. I got Pierce the Darkness. I'm going first. I have nothing to complain about. So here we go. Pierce the Darkness. Dull Happiness. I guess it would have been nice if Demento was on my board right now. But maybe I'll draw into him. That would be great. If I could just draw that dude, that would be cool. So let's, if I could click the button. Edo Pro, click buttons, please. Okay, send a bear to the graveyard. Activate the effect of the box of friends. Get at the doll, get at the bear. Get them all out here. Very good. And then draw another card. Please, Demento. Not Demento. I was hoping it'd be Demento, but you know, at the very least, we'll get ourselves Cologne on the board. I'll get my box of friends back. You know, this gets destroyed, I'll get more stuff. All sorts of stuff. And I could summon Avram too. I don't think I'd rather keep this just in case. So I'll end my turn there. I think that's good. Alright. What say you, Mr. 60 card? Well, not quite. It's like 56 cards? Oh. Morganite. This is some sort of OTK deck then. Add a Morganite card. Just get both Morganites, why don't you? Why don't you just play them both? Damn, he actually did play them both. I didn't think he'd do it. Alright. What in the world's name is this? Hold on. Activate cards at the top of the deck on the number of cards your opponent controls. If you do, add one to the hand. Place intermembered cards on the bottom of the deck. During the end phase of a turn, a player activated 9 or more cards at once. Player can activate this effect. Shuffle all cards your opponent controls and in their graves into the deck. What is this? What is this? So he just gets... It's essentially, this is what... this is kind of like Pot of Prosperity, but in a field spell form, essentially. Pardon. Okay, so let me see. He has no hand effects. He gets 2 draws instead of 1. His monster can attack twice per battle phase, doubles damage, and he has Power of the Guardians, which is not ideal. But I can get rid of this. This is Dark Scorpions! That's what this is! Okay, I mean, I'm opposed. I'm opposed. You still can't attack Cologne, though. You can't attack... I mean, he wasn't going to attack Cologne first anyway, but I'm just letting you know you couldn't do it anyway. So, my goodness, where there's a will. So I just gotta make sure I don't have 9 cards on the board at any time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. Okay. Let's see. I gotta be smart about it then. Okay, I activate Terraforming. Get the Dolly House. Right? And if I need to, I just, like, imperm and get rid of things. So let's use Doll Happiness as effect. Pop Box of Buddies. Ditch another doll. Activate Box of Buddies. Bring out... Oh, wait, no. I need to... See, target normal monster with 0 attack. Target 2 such monsters instead. Yeah. So let's summon out our, I don't think I have enough monsters to do this. Hold on 1 second. I think I need to draw another card before I do anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. Alright, the other 2 are on that. Let me think about that. I'm just trying to get as much on the board as humanly possible. Is my main shtick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay. 7. I also have to count my cards now, because this thing is like, oh, if you activate 9 cards, then you're just gonna have to lose your everything essentially. So let's go ahead. If it attacks material from Cologne, I gotta get rid of monsters first. So let's make Baguthka to get that dude off the board. That's step 1. Step number 2, summon Grandpa Demented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So we'll activate Demento's effect, attaching a doll. Get the bear, get the doll, make a level 8. Demento will keep our toys going. He's a good man. He's gonna do that thing. Alright, so now the biggest question of them all, because I really want to make Zombie Stein, which does have an Omni Negate and a whole bunch of other stuff it could do. I just don't know if that's the right card right here. I think, you know what, it's fine. 2, 3, 4. That gives me 8 cards on the board. So I just gotta be, yeah, I gotta be careful with like putting another card on the board. So, Doll Happiness, do I want to blow anything up? Not especially. So, you know what, let's just punch Mean the Thorn really, really hard and make our monster just a little bit bigger. So now, 5,500 points to the face! There you go. Okay, so if I attack that, that'll activate, but this still does damage. So, I'm good with this. Let me think, actually. No, I don't think so. That'll get a counter. You'll take your 200. You'll lose the counter. And we's all good, I think. I think we's all good. I got a 5,500 point annihilation stick. Let's see. Exceeds activates the effect attaching a normal monster. If that monster's rank times 300. 3 times 8, that's only 2,400 points of damage. No, that's not going to be enough to win the game. I could do it, though. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Just to shut this dude down. The duel's over, son. it's literally over. I have a quick effect to negate anything. So use Demento, and now I can get rid of Dongs along, and you take damage. Okay, there you go. So there's very little this guy can do to get around, unless he has Kaijus or something. All right, milling 8. I guess I can't stop the milling. That's fine though, because I have one card too short of him, you know, getting rid of my whole board. See, if this guy was playing Silent Wobbegong though, then he might have been able to do that. But he doesn't have Silent Wobbegong. And I just realized Zombie Stein will not work because he has to be an attack for his negate. So I got a little too ambitious there. But you know what? That's fine. I just wanted to show off Zombie Stein because he was the original boss of this whole archetype, more or less, because this was like the thing that, you know, Dollhouse is trying to go for in the manga. So that's what I wanted to do. So that's what I did. All right. So go on Dongs along. Hit me. Because I have Doll Happiness. You can't attack Cologne and you can't attack Demento. No, you can't. No, you cannot. All right, but I think I still win this duel regardless of what this guy's going to do. Because oh, wait, I didn't play the field spell. Never mind. I thought I could stop the battle phase. I forgot. I didn't play this because I was worried about getting hit by the whole get rid of my whole deck thing. I've never heard this card. Where did this thing come from? This card is insane. It's so funny. It's such a funny card. Let's see. After that, play so many cards. Yeah, this is a funny card. Attacking Baguska. I mean, I'll gain attack even though it literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he's going to make himself bigger than I am anyway. Oh, damage. You're going to discard my cards? Bro, I didn't even need that card. I didn't even need it, but it still hurts. All right. Now we have a duel. Now, granted, I mean, I can literally just make Nightmare Unicorn and win the duel right there, can't I? That's kind of the crux here. But for the sake of argument, let's like do some other things first. Let's see. 1, 2. I'm gonna leave these in the grave so I can revive them. Because I can do more interesting things than go for Nightmare Unicorn. You can do more interesting stuff than that. Let's go for Dollhouse. And I have the bear and the doll in the graveyard, so I should be able to get both of these back. Yep. You and you. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. So I can summon both these as level 6s. You don't often get to go for the rank 6s in this deck, but they do exist. They are a thing. Now, granted, my only level 6s are like Dragulus and Photon Strike Bouncer, but, you know, let's summon out Dragulus because he's cool looking. No other reason to summon him, but this, let's see. Summon from the ice to change the face down. Yeah, I will change myself face down. Because when Dragulus gets flipped face up, he sends a card on the field to the graveyard, so I could use that to get rid of that too. And you know what? Grandpa Demento. Burn him, old man! Burn him! Or don't, because you're face down. You don't get burned. Princess Cologne! End the duel! No one expects the Cologne. Get smelly, boy. All right. Well, there you go, folks. There's a victory by mother flipping Cologne herself. You can't get any better than that. So let's go ahead with the end screen. We've shown off most of what this deck does, and you get the general idea of it. So we'll go with the end screen, talk a bit more about it. Alrighty, everybody. So our Dollhouse deck went 2 out of 3 today, which is honestly a little bit better than I was expecting. It's such a crapshoot whenever you go on EDO Pro that you're going to get, like, casual people in the casual server, or you're going to get the meta people in the casual server, or the troll deck players. I mean, I guess that last guy was kind of a troll, but he was a troll with style. You have to give him props for that. So, very nice showing, I would say. It's very interesting bunch with these cards. You're just trying to get the box, pop it, keep summoning at your normal monsters, and then you just kind of go from there. Lots of setup required to go for like the biggest of plays, but you know, you get your Demented on the board with your Exceeds monsters. You're literally burning your opponent to death just by having these Exceeds use their effects normally. And you know, Cologne's gonna protect your monsters, or she'll be protected. You have the Doll Happiness, she protects everybody else. That whole shicky-diggy, you know, it's all about buddies and power of friendship, all that good stuff. So I'm happy with how the deck turned out, you know, and I would say that there's probably some other crazy combos you can do in this deck with like Sue ships and things, because you know they're also normally monsters with 0 defense, so you can also tech those in as well. I just didn't go with them because I just wanted well, I just wanted to go a different route, because I've seen people play the Sue ship variant before. I just want to do it my way. That's the main thing. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Consider subscribing. Don't forget to comment in the comments, because that's a YouTube thing now. You gotta get those comments going. Let me know what you think of the Dollhouse archetype. Do you think that Konami is or ever will be printing the other 2 doll monsters in this archetype? That'd be kind of neat if they had like effect monsters like how it is normal monsters or something like that. That'd be cool. And yeah, here's the deck list. Give this deck a try. I guarantee you play this with your buddies, just in a casual setting, you'll have a good old time. So for the main deck, 3 copies of Avram, which is just like one of the various monsters that you could use in this deck. 3 copies of Dollhouse Bear and Miss Mansion, because of the Dollhouse monsters. You gotta have these in the deck. 1 copy of Masked Chameleon is just like a side deck tech. It's stuff that you can use in an emergency. You can't really do anything else with it the turn you summon it, other than go for like 1 extra deck monster. But depending on what you're going into, that can save your butt. Triple Honest, because we're playing a lot of light monsters, at least in the main, like with Avram, things with Madolche and Bouncer, and you know, the Galaxy Eyes as well. So there's a few light monsters in the deck, so I figured why not just go for Honest. Screw with people by putting Monsoon in attack mode. 2 copies of Rescue Rabbit, because you know, obviously we're playing a lot of normal monsters, this is a good card to have. Triple copy of Grandpa Demented, because this is allowing you to go into your rank 8s, and it also can burn your opponent down if you're using him on the board. Triple box of Friends, because that's like the most important card in the deck. Pop this card, get 2 monsters, 0 attack or defense onto the board. It's only once per turn, but it works on either player's turn. It can do some nice things for you. Triple Unexpected Die, just have an extra body on the board. We have 1 for 1 to get one of our important level 1s on the board if we don't have them. 2 copies Pot of Avarice, because we eat through our deck very quickly, and it's very important to get back cards if the game becomes a grind game. 1 copy Terraforming for the field spell, 1 called by the Grave Stuff Hand Traps. 2 Piercing the Darkness, 2 is just fine. Summon a normal monster, draw another card. Attack with your Exceed with a normal monster as a material, get extra attack points. Pretty simple stat, it's pretty straightforward. 3 copies of Doll Happiness, this is like the most important spell. Searches out Demento, searches Box of Friends. You can pop the Box of Friends with this card, and then ditch a doll monster from the deck to the graveyard, and it does lock you into Exceeds, but we're mostly playing Exceeds anyway, so not a big deal. Then we have 3 copies of Dollhouse, which might not be as important. You can probably also get away with just 2 of this thing, but if you have your graveyard set up right, you can go for your rank 6s with this thing, and if your opponent attacks you while you have Demento on the board, then you can just attach Demento to Cologne and end the battle phase right there, just to prevent your opponent from ever touching you. And then triple and perm, because this is like running every bloody deck nowadays. As for the extra deck, things like, you know, very basic, we have Masquerade, Unicorn, Underworld Goddess. We really need these links and things. We have Lyrilisk Assembled Nightingale. This is left over from my original build where I was playing Machine Dupe, because Box of Friends is a machine, if you could believe it. This is actually a machine monster, so if you wanted to play the Machine Dupe, that'll help you get Assembled Nightingale, or if you just happen to have 2 copies of Box of Friends, because, you know, Cologne does revive the darn thing, then you can have yourself an Assembled Nightingale. So it's a nice little one-up card to have. 2 copies of Cologne, most important Exceeds monster, revives your Box of Friends, your almost gets destroyed, you get to summon another one, and she gets protected. She gets protected from attacks or being targeted as long as you have another monster, so combined with Doll Happiness, nice little defensive board you can make. 1 Baguska is our backup option. We don't like to make it too often, but we have it if we need it. Good old Dragolus, the Vampiric Dragon. Just a really neat rank 6 monster. I've always liked this guy. He's so cool looking. He's a blonde vampire dragon dude. What is there not to love? Okay? Also, he can just straight up send monster or any card on the field to the graveyard when he gets flipped face up. and he has the ability to flip anything face down that was summoned from the extra deck. Photon Strike Bouncer, just a nice rank 6. Again, this is a monster effect negate, can do burn damage. Fits very nicely with what we do. For our rank 8s, don't play Lancelot Dark of Knight of the Underworld. This is a really great card in the deck, because not only does it have an Omni negate, and it can attack directly and, pop cards as well, it also allows us to really float well into Demento. I attack with this thing, pop a card. If my opponent activates any cards, I just auto negate with Lancelot, and then Demento will burn my opponent for a nice 2400 damage. Good old thing, Girzu, just another good rank 8 monster, sends cards to the graveyard. Galaxy Cipher Dragon and Armored Photon Dragon, just to have, ability to pop an opponent's card. We're detaching a normal monster, so we go for Demento as well. It's a light monster, so that a lot of synergies there. We have the one Zombie Stein as our, we have to summon this thing in Dollhouse. It's like, it's actually necessary to do so. He's a 4500 beat stick with an Omni negation. He has to go to defense to do it, and that's a little not as good, but if you time it right, it works phenomenally well. So, lastly, we have Draco Berserker. I had room for one Synchro because I had Max Chameleon. This is just a standby thing. You can play any level 8 that's generic in this deck. You can play Stardust for protection, play Red Dragon Arcfiend to get rid of defensive monsters. You can play whatever the heck you can, and it'll work for you, So, any level 8, I just want Draco Berserker for straightforward beat sticking. As for the side deck, consider if the Avram and the Honest don't work out for you, just go for Sue ships. Just throw some Sue ships in here. You got your Gunkin ship Shari, things like Ikra and Shirao, Dreadnoughts and Carriers, things of that nature. You'll have to dance around with what you're having the extra deck. You can always get rid of the links because they're not as important. So, if you want to try the Sue ship variant, that's a good idea as well. So, give it a shot. But right now, I have our deck, and it worked pretty damn good. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Your boy Memphis signing out for now. I'll see you guys again later. Until next time, you all stay safe, you stay happy, and you have a good one. I'll see you next time.